tune it to make sure that everything is in the right place and the right size. But what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to lock this background so I'm not clicking on it. I'm going to click on the webcam. And then now you can see when I move this, because I have that area transparent, it doesn't it doesn't have to be perfect. I can just move it in, kind of scoot it into place, and then fine tune it a little bit with my arrow keys. And then there we go. I don't have to spend a ton of time sitting there trying to make everything match up. And in addition to that, I also get a little bit of a drop shadow over here to kind of give it a little bit of an additional look, so to speak. Now, the next thing that we want to do is something that I get asked about a ton, and that is showing the chat on the screen, because we have to put in this little area over here so that viewers can see the live chat for this particular scene when we show this. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to bring my live. When you go to your live streaming page on YouTube, you click on Pop Out Chat. When you do that, they're going to give you a URL up here at the top. You want to copy that, and you can close it. Then after you close that, you can actually just move that right out of the way and or close the window or whatever, and it's okay because you have that URL. That's all that you need. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go down to plus in my scenes or in my sources. Actually, I'm going to go down to plus. I'm going to choose browser source. Here, I'm going to make this chat as the identifier. And then you can see here, there's already a URL here, so I'm at the OBS project, and I'm going to override that with my YouTube chat, okay? That URL that I just got. Now, because I've already built this for, the thing I'm doing with TubeBuddy, so I've already built this, this is going to be way too big. So I'm going to take the width of this down to 520, and I'm going to take the height to, let's say, now let's do 890, okay? From there, I'm going to hit OK, and then away. So I saved this image here out of Photoshop as a transparent PNG. Okay, so basically I removed the background layer so that I could save it so I'd be able to see through this. Now, another option that I would have had was to make the same graphic, but actually put a square on the screen in this area, and then grab my picture or my video image there and scale it down and try to fine tune it to make sure that everything is in the right place and the right size. But what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to lock this background so I'm not clicking on it. I'm going to click on the webcam, and then now you can see when I move this, because I have that area transparent, it doesn't have to be perfect. I can just move it in, kind of scoot it into place, and then fine tune it a little bit with my arrow keys, and then there we go. I don't have to spend a ton of time sitting there trying to make everything match up. And in addition to that, I also get a little bit of a drop shadow over here to kind of give it a little bit of an additional look, so to speak. Now, the next thing that we want to do is something that I get asked about a ton, and that is showing the chat on the screen, because we have to put in this little area over here so that viewers can see the live chat for this particular scene when we show this. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring my live streaming page over. I'm going to show you how to do this. When you go to your live streaming page on YouTube, you click here, and then you click on Pop Out Chat. When you do that, they're going to give you a URL up here at the top. You want to copy that, and you can close it. Then after you close that, you can actually just move that right out of the way and or close the window or whatever, and it's okay because you have that URL. That's all that you need. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go down to plus in my scenes or in my sources. Actually, I'm going to go down to plus. I'm going to choose browser source. Here, I'm going to make this chat as the identifier. And then you can see here, there's already a URL here from the OBS project. And I'm going to override that with my YouTube chat, okay? That URL that I just got. Now, because I've already built this for, the thing I'm doing with TubeBuddy, so I've already built this, I already know my live streaming page over. I'm going to show you how to do this. When you go to your live streaming page on YouTube, you click here, and then you click on Pop Out Chat. When you do that, they're going to give you a URL up here at the top. You want to copy that, and you can close it. Then after you close that, you can actually just move that right out of the way and or close the window or whatever, and it's okay because you have that URL. That's all that you need. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go down to plus in my scenes or in my sources. Actually, I'm going to go down to plus. I'm going to choose browser source. Here, I'm going to make this chat as the identifier. And then you can see here, there's already a URL here from the OBS project. And I'm going to override that with my YouTube chat, okay? That URL that I just got. Now, because I've already built this for, the thing I'm doing with TubeBuddy, so I've already built this, I already know that the width of this is going to be way too big. So I'm going to take the width of this down to 520. I'm going to take the height to, let's say, now let's do 890, okay? From there, I'm going to hit OK. And then you'll see the chat is now popping up on the screen. I just grab that, and I bring it over here and it into place. Okay, I could leave it like this, and it would be perfectly okay. I mean, if it just looks like this and you have the white on there, it's fine. But if you look at this from a design standpoint, I have all of these dark elements. I'm wanting people to focus on the TubeBuddy logo down there, which, by the way, if you don't have TubeBuddy installed yet, I've got a link to that in the description. But I want to draw people's attention to the TubeBuddy logo, and I want them looking at my screen. I want them looking at the chat as well, but I don't want them to be overwhelmed and distracted by what's going on in the chat. So what I have to do for that is I have to put in a CSS code, which I have in a notepad here, and I'll actually put this as a resource link down in the description below. But I have some CSS code that I'm going to drop into this chat option right here. So I'm going to right click on the chat. I'm going to hit properties. I'm going to delete this.
Hello everybody, my name is Vocal and welcome to a tutorial on how to make subscribers, donation and sponsors and super chats pop up on your screen while you're streaming. So, uncut version, really simple, which is all new, you can get right into it. Go ahead and go on a Google thing or whatever you do, just type in Streamline. A bunch of people use this, by the way. And it should be the first one that you see. And it's going to ask you to log in. And this should have a screen that asks me like YouTube, Mixer, Twitch, and whatever you use like that. In this case, we are using YouTube. So, anyways, the first thing you want to go to is you are logged in. You should be a thing called Alert Box. Alert Box is mainly everything. Go ahead and go to that. You have everything like donations, subscribers, sponsors, super chats. And the main thing is this. I'm going to show widget earlier. Let me go ahead and remove my thing real quick. Remove. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and share widget. This thing, you want to copy and paste that. So go ahead and copy, copy that, and go to your OBS thing and go to it.
Okay na yung mga yan.
And then go ahead and go to
Alin?
Yung
checklist.
Anong checklist? Whatever use case. They call route sources.
Asan?
Go to the URL and then copy. Paste the link you just copied. And you should have your thing, and then you press OK. And then it should have a little box.
Yep.
Go ahead and just put that there. And that's probably that's the simplest thing. So.
Ano yan? Naghihintay na lang? Sige, ano naman?
Wala pa. Ano ba?
Pero hindi pa siya nag-live stream.
Naka-livestream na siya. Naka-livestream na silang dalawa. Ayun na. Streamlabs eh.
Hindi na